Hello and welcome back to the SRL iRacing League. We're back for Season 2, and to kick things off, we're here for the Busch Clash here at Daytona International Speedway. So a lot of entries into this one. Anybody was welcome. It wasn't just last year's winners or pole sitters or however you wanted to do it. Anybody is welcome, so all the new people and all the new faces we see join this league this season. Some of them are racing today, so we'll be seeing a lot of rookies out there. only 40 laps to kick things off to start this season. Let me just send this into Discord. So no intro for this race, as that graphic is still being worked on, but will be done by the time the 500 rolls around. As the pace car is rolling off, we will get to your starting lineup. Just give me 1 second here. So on the pole, we have a familiar face up in this row number 1. That's Barrett Polhemus. Right beside him, Riley Marabello in the 92. And then row number 2 back here, I have no clue. I believe that's John Lynch in the 90, actually, who raced a little bit last season. And then Elliott Drummond in the 2, so a bit of number swaps there. Yes, that is Elliott Drummond. Just because it's the first race and I'm not familiar with driver names yet, I'm just gonna show all. So row number 3, we have Hayes Booth in the 5 with Jason Rayjock beside him. Row number 4, Michael Kinner in the 98. And then in our first rookie, which was the 40, but I don't see him up here. Oh, there he is. That's Morgan in that 40 car. And then rounding out your top 10, David in the 12 and Sam Brochu in the 25. So about 31 entries, I believe, here, maybe a bit more. It's going to be Barrett Polhemus leading us to the green flag, though. As the pace car comes down pit road, these drivers are ready to kick off Season 2 of SRL. Into the Geico Restart Zone. Green flag is out here in Season 2. Looks like Riley Marabello is going to lead lap 1. Elliott Drummond right behind him, followed by Jason Rayjock, and then the 40 car. Looks like the field is split apart into 2 packs right now. 0 faster pairs, 2 sets of tires, by the way. As you see Rayjock, he's looking high. And now tucks back in behind the 2 car. As you see Elliott Drummond try to look high there, now stuck 3 wide with Jason Rayjock to the outside. Drummond tried to go up high, try to draft with that 71, but now Jason Rayjock's going to go to the back here. as Marabello is going to lead lap number 2. As you see, a lot of familiar faces in different numbers. Of course, Riley was the 52 last season, now in the 92. Elliott Drummond was in the 94, now in the 2. Jason Rayjock still in the 71. And then John Lynch, who was in the 54 and the 90. We'll go over that next week. We'll go over that next week in the big race for the Daytona 250. And then we'll go over all of our rookies as well, as we have a lot of them, as you see. I also got to get their names down as well. So Riley continues the lead, getting pushed by last season's champion, Sam Brochu. Brochu dominated basically almost every race last season. And a few teammates around him. I'm pretty sure he's surrounded by his teammates. One in front of him, one behind him. I'm not sure about Elliott Drummond. There is a teammate list now, so I could just go look at that, see who's on a team. But I know these three right up front are on a team. As you see, it's this big pack up here, and then it's Xander Short, who's kind of all by himself, and then all the way back here, I believe, is your league owner leading this pack. Yep, that's Alexander Schumacher in that 68. This is his second season. There we go. That's what I wanted to test out. Testing out a few more graphics. Seeing if that's too big. If it is, I'm going to shorten it. As back up front, looks like Sam Brochu takes the race lead away from his teammate. As they're running that outside, trying to see if it works well, and it looks like it is working pretty well if you can get the right people up there. That's so far pretty clean here in the opening laps, as it's still Brochu leading, Marabello second, and Polhimas third. And then you got Morgan back there in fourth, Hayes Booth fifth. As Drumman looked to try to make a move there, but couldn't. Decided to stay back in line. So you see the 31 of Ali Reeves, I believe. First car on that inside lane. He doesn't have really much help. So here comes the 4 behind him. I'm not so sure who the 4 is. It's Tarpley. So it looks like the outside lane is starting to pick up here, as only 3 cars on the inside lane. Ollie Reeves leads that train in the 31, and now the 11's going low to help him. That's Adam Alshire, who was in the 9 last season. Now here comes the 51 down there. So he's got a little bit of help, just not enough, as everybody will probably tuck back to the outside here. So Sam Brochu, your leader, already starting things off by leading a lap. Mini laps, going to try to go for everything here. He did win 9 races last season plus the championship, so he knows how to stay out front. He did not win a single plate race, though. I'm pretty sure the 2 plate races we had, I don't know if we went to Atlanta. So Daytona, Jordan Porter won that race. And then Talladega, Glenn Bundren won that race. I'm not so sure where Sam finished in the 500, but he finished top 5 at Talladega. If not top 5, he finished 6th. It was one of them. So we'll see if he can survive in the 250. Maybe go out and try to win that one. So coming on the lap number 10. Still Sam Brochu leading. I see back here Elliott Drummond drops low. Trying to lead this pack up front. Getting help from Tarpley behind him. A whole bunch of other rookies. 31, the 51, the 56, and another car back there. I'm pretty sure all rookies. That's the 07. As these two packs are side by side, but that second pack is just not gaining any ground as they're all actually like battling back here. Now they've singled out. Looks like Keenan Kimber is now leading this line, now in the number 98. Almost got turned there. We actually have a lap car of Blaze McKinney, who's already been lapped. He's one of the ones out of the draft. A few others back here. That's Aiden Lunn. The 64 is Seth Burciaga. And another car behind them, I think it's Max Cost, who's all lost the draft. I believe Wyatt Roberts also is out of the draft. Yep, there he is. And everyone else should be in that second pack. And then everyone up in the first pack too. So I know Sam Brochu won 9 races and the championship. Now we got to talk about the car behind him, Riley Marabello, who had a much different story to his season. It just seemed like no matter what he did, he just could not win. He came close so many times, but still looking for that first career win. Definitely many heartbreaks last season. One at Talladega, one at Bristol, and many more before and after that. So he's hungry. He's looking for a win. As there you see Elliott Drummond, who has 2 wins, coming low, trying to take the race lead away. I don't have a Drummond graphic. Not yet. The 25 gets a big push to get back out front, though. Of course, Barrett Pulhemus right behind them. I'm pretty sure. Oh, we have a caution, and it looks like it involves this first pack. It is. It looks like it might be for Elliott Drummond in that 2, who is very slow. This car doesn't look that damaged, though. We'll go and see what happened. Maybe just a push gone wrong. He tries to go up to the outside here and just comes back down, gets turned by the 4. Ollie Reeves involved, the 51, the 12, Michael Walls. We'll look from a different angle. So it looks like the 2 of Drummond tries to go up and block. And then when he does that, the 4 makes a move down low. So he tries to go back down there and block it, but it was way too late. And the 4 turns Drummond around. And then nowhere for some of these guys to go. Ollie Reeves in that 31. The 51, the 12, the 24. Just a minor crash here in turn number 1, and our first crash of the season. So your lucky dog will be Blaze McKinney as Wyatt Roberts takes his car to the garage. Maybe some engine issues. We did see him off the pace earlier. As I wouldn't be surprised if pit road becomes a busy place here. As here comes probably everybody down this time by. And yep, here they come. Sam Broshu's going to lead them. I don't see anybody staying out. Oh, one car. Oh, that's Blaze McKinney. He's the lucky dog. So Sam Broshu, the first one in. Pit road is a busy place right now. 51 going to take a bit, maybe like fuel only, 2 tires. He's going to come out and away first. Got to figure out his name real quick. Oh. Give me one. Sorry about that, but that is Luke Mahone in the 51 who is out first. And then right behind him, I'm not so sure, as some drivers taking their time on pit road, trying to fix their damage they got in that wreck. So I believe a 2-tire stop for this 51. The 07 is right behind him as well, as the leaderboard will update once they all cross the line. So 1 to go till green. And I'm not so sure where the choose cone is, or if we're even doing a choose cone for this race, as I believe we are. So Luke takes the outside. Looks like Giancarlo Schooler is going to go to the inside. So 2 rookies up front here. Ready to mark their name into this clash. This is the first clash in the league. And David in the 12, he has retired from the race. We're about to go back green here. Luke Mahone leads us with Giancarlo Schooler down to his inside. And it's Riley Marabello, Jason Rajok, Sam Broshu, Adam Alshire. That's your top 6 there. As the pace car down pit road once again. Luke's going to lead us. Green flag back in the air here in the clash. As you see, they're dicing for position behind them. As Rajok with a huge push to the 51. No one to the back bumper of the 07. He's going to fall back a little bit here. As Luke Mahone getting a big push by Jason Rajok. We did see him run that outside lane a lot that last stint. And Luke staying up there for this stint. But right now, Schooler is getting a push down low by Riley Marabello. Trying to get back up there and take that lead. As we got two rookies leading these two lines. We'll see which one can handle the pushes better. As there you see Schooler is going to get pushed out ahead by Riley Marabello. As Luke Mahone kind of falls back a little bit. And now Marabello is going to leave the 07. And everybody's going to leave him. And now here comes the 5 behind him. I'm not sure who that 5 is. That's Hayes Booth. And Barrett Polhemus gets stuck in the middle. Finds a slot up high. As Riley Marabello, he had a few teammates behind him, so as soon as they got clear, he went to the outside of that 07. Unfortunately, Barrett Polhemus couldn't quite keep up with his teammates. But just like last stint, is Riley Marabello with Sam Brochu leading this outside lane. As Barrett dropped back to 8th because of that. As these cars come out of turn number 4, they will be hitting the halfway mark this time by 20 down, 20 to go. See, these drivers are really utilizing this outside lane. We didn't see much of that in the other plate races last season. And this is a non-points race, so they can test out as much as they want. As we have a caution, as there is a huge wreck in turn number 3. I'm not so sure who's gone around. Trying to just skim through here. So we actually had another DNF, the 15 of Cash Culp. I'm not so sure, so we're going to have to go find whoever just wrecked there. And see what exactly happened. Alright, I found it. Whoops. Give me 1 second. Accidentally went in live there. Didn't know I had a live button. So down the back straightaway, Glenn Bundren. There you see him in the orange. I'm not sure what happens, but he gets 3 wide here. Oh, the 98 of Keenan Kimber comes up into John Lynch. And then poor Glenn Bundren was just a bystander there, and there's the 64 getting involved as well. There's a few more cars in front of them. It was Wyatt and another car who were going around. I see Wyatt trying to dodge this wreck. He comes down into the Max Cost in that 63. Cost saves it, maybe? Maybe a little bit of contact. Yeah, we'll go back and see the initial contact with the 68. I'm not so sure what happened. It looks like maybe just a stack up there with the 98, and they get the punt by Hunter Ellis. Gets a bit swirly up into the 90. Kenner saves it, but then John Lynch comes back down and takes out Glenn Bundren. And there you see the 42 trying to dodge this wreck. Comes down into Max Cost, as they both go for a little bit of a scattle. And the 64 trying to dodge the wreck, trying to get down to the apron. Here comes the spinning Glenn Bundren and just clips him. And into the outside wall he goes, as he'll be making some repairs down pit road. So like I was saying, the 15 of Cash Culp, he DNF'd before that wreck even happened. And I just want to say I really like the the color on this 37. The burnt orange. Looks like a little spec matte finish on that car too. Very, very nice. As choose cone, Riley's going to go high, Sam's going to go low. Mahone stays low as well. Rayjock up high. And then Allshire down low as well. So you see all the cars who are pitting for damage, trying to get out and away quickly here so they don't go a lap down. As we will be restarting with, I believe, 16 to go to finish things off here. It's still anybody's race. As out of turn number 4, Riley Marabello is going to lead us back to the green. As the pace car comes back down pit road, Riley's going to enter the go restart zone. And green flag back in the air here at Daytona. Sam immediately to the outside, and Barrett back there was forced onto the apron. Now he's stuck 3 wide with the 56. Not so sure who that is. But he's going to tuck back into that outside lane. As Aiden Lunn in that 13 looks like he was just into the wall. Very off pace now. He's going to fall back and lose the draft. One of our rookies in this field. As back up front, it's these two again. Except this time, they're training on the inside lane and pulling away from the field. As we got a new guy up here in 4th, that's Xander Short, pushing Jason Rayjock up to the front. The 84 also right behind him. That's Derek. And that bright purple and yellow 84, you can't miss it. As the inside, oh, they're wrecking. I'm not sure who that was that went around. It looks like Schumacher got a piece of it. As there's no caution, he spun to the inside wall, so they're going to keep it green for now. So I'll try to figure out who it is in just a moment once it updates here. Back up front, as that wreck was happening, Hayes Booth and the 51 both got a huge run on the inside lane and took the lead, and now here comes the 51 trying to take the lead away from Hayes Booth, but really doesn't have help down there. As Xander Short way down to the apron, same for Glenn Bundren. They might be dropping a little bit. How about Blaze McKinney up here out of nowhere? It was a lap down earlier this race. So we know the 60 8 was a little bit involved in that little scuffle last lap. Trying to go back see who it was. It looks like it might have been the 98 of Keenan Kimber who went around. Yeah, a punt got turned by Ryan Ellis, or Hunter Ellis, my bad, and actually saved the race car. They all saved it. That's why there's no caution, but now the caution is out here, as it looks like we had a huge wreck in turn number 2. I'm not so sure who was involved. Wow, what a save by this 98 earlier. We'll see who's in front of him. Looks like it might have involved Xander Short, and yes, it did. That car is destroyed. So we'll go back and take a look at what happened to this 38 to bring up the caution. It actually happened a few rows ahead of him. I'm not so sure which one of these cars got turned first. Oh, it was Blaze McKinney. We were just talking about him. And everybody to the inside lane, spinning, crashing. That's the 40. Ethan Fonseca, the 56, the 38, the 07. A lot of cars. So it was Blaze McKinney the first one to spin around there. So it looks like maybe a little bit of a draft gone wrong by Adam Allshire. That wasn't really a good view of it, as everyone goes spinning, wrecking to the inside wall. And there's Xander getting involved, which we saw him have the worst damage. Schumacher into the wall. So a pretty decent sized wreck here with 13 to go. You'll see this is a good shot with the 87. Yep, just a bad push by Adam Allshire, and he spins up high, and then everybody else wrecks down low. Nowhere for Ethan to go there. So Blaze McKinney down pit road, so is Ethan. Gonna try to repair their vehicles. As if you pit it there, you should be able to make it. Don't know if anyone's on the DNF board, but we do have a lot of cars down pit road repairing their damage and just topping off on fuel. So we should be coming to the choose cone this time by. And it's a rookie out front again. That's Hayes Booth with another rookie behind him. Derek Runge in that 84. As they come to the choose cone, Hayes Booth's going to go high. 84 going to go low. And if I'm not mistaken with that sponsor, pretty sure that's indicating Hayes Booth being a part of Spino Racing. As actually, you know, I'm going to pull up the team Discord here. If I can find the right channel. Oh, here we go. As yes, Hayes Booth, Sam Brochu, Barrett Polhemus, John Lynch, and Riley Marabello all on Spinal Racing. That's for the Cup side. We do have a truck league for this league as well. As I'll be commentating a few of those, plus racing a few of them. I'm not going to commentate all of them. I'll definitely be commentating Daytona, though, which I believe might be this Wednesday or next Wednesday for the truck league to this series. So Hayes Booth going to lead us back to the green flag. Derek Runge, whatever, is going to be down low. And then row number 2 is that 45 of Rodney Roberts and Barrett Pulhimus. As back into the Geico restart zone, green flag back in the air. Not a good start by Derek to that inside lane. 9 laps to go, so this is going to get wild. Oh, they're wrecking. Drumman around with a few others. Glenn Bundren spinning right back up into the middle of the pack. The 82 also involved. Ryan Hyatt spinning there as well. As I saw another car in the back spin. Might have been the 68. As I saw Elliott Drumman 3 wide back there. And that's in fact where the wreck did start, so go back and see what happened. So you see Drumman goes 3 wide and makes contact with Ryan Hyatt, turns him sideways. Ryan Hyatt goes around in the back. There's Glenn going around too, the 82 involved there. And here comes Hyatt again, who probably wasn't happy with the 2. As the 16 was one of the cars in the back I saw wrecking. So we'll go back here and check him out. As there's basically 2 different wrecks happening at once. And so you see all these cars just stack up into the wall. The 07 goes around. And a lot of damage to the 16. So another wreck right off the restart with Elliott Drumman and Ryan Hyatt making contact in the middle of the field and sending them both spinning. See, and then Glenn Bundren gets a little bit of a tap there, sends his car around. Oh, actually, the 4 comes down and spins into the 37, gets on 2 wheels. Michael Wall's bit of contact right there. Comes back up, gets back into Elliott Drumman. Has big hits for this 37 all around, and then here comes Ryan Hyatt. Door slamming the 2 there at the end. So definitely a lot more cars involved there. As it's still going to be Hayes Booth leading us. As it looks like he's having a bit of fun with the pace car right now. So it looks like Elliott Drumman out of the racing for the 56 of Corey. Add them to the DNF board. Look at these cars back here taking the road course. That's Wyatt Roberts, who we saw out of the race earlier, now up here into the top 10. That 42 car. Luke Mahone also taking the apron, or also taking the road course there. And Ollie Reeves back up here after getting involved in that first wreck. So we'll be restarting with 5 laps to go if they can keep it straight. Add Ethan Fonseca to the list of DNFs. And Xander Short is about 5 laps down. Here we come to the choose cone. Hayes up high, Barrett up high, Sam up high. I don't know if Sam got that off in time. It was very, very close. But Derek going to be the first one down low. So you see the 16 coming out of pit road. Like I was saying, it was very, very close for this 25. Choose cone. And it looks like he just makes... I don't know why my pause button just didn't work there. Here we go. Looks like he just makes it. I'm not so sure where the choose cone exactly is, but you be the judge of that. As it looks like he's still keeping his position up front. So it looks like he did make it. But it was definitely by a hair. And I was like, ooh, they thought about it again, taking that road course. So Hayes Booth going to lead us back to the green with 5 laps to go. As last restart, Derek in that 84 did not get the best of restarts, so we'll see what happens here. But how about Hayes Booth? He's got a few teammates behind him. As the green flag back in the air, another great restart by Hayes Booth. And a little bit of a better restart by the 84. 5 laps to go here in the clash. So I know Jason Rajock isn't a part of the team, but he might be affiliated with them. I'm not so sure about that. As there you see Luke Mahone down low, trying to get that inside lane going with the help from another rookie. I'm doing good, Jonathan. How about you? Trying to get something done on that inside lane, but it's not really being effective as he's losing a bit of ground. 4 laps to go for Hayes Booth in that 5. Do you want to try to make the move for the win? Tear up equipment? There's a lot of Spinal Racing cars up front here. If all of them wreck, that's a lot of money. As Xander Short, he was in the wall back there. He's about 5 laps down. As the field's still rocking this outside lane, Michael Walls now leads that inside lane. He's been in a few wrecks today. There you see a bit of damage to his race car. Trying to lead that inside lane, trying to get a big push by Luke Mahone, but not really going anywhere as the outside lane just has the numbers. 3 laps of racing to go. As Riley Marabello, he's going to poke out to that inside lane. Brochu's going to block. As now it's Sam Brochu leaving that inside lane. Polhemus is going to go low. Same for Hayes. Now they're starting to block up front. Jason Rajock leads that outside lane. Michael Kinner gets shoved 3 wide. And a bit of a hard push there to the 5. Here comes Jason Rajock to the outside with Hunter Ellis right behind him. They're 3 wide back there. Blaze McKinney out of nowhere back up here with his teammate Glenn Bundren behind him as we're coming to 2 laps of racing to go. Alexander Schumacher very swirly behind them on the apron. Gets back up. Oh, they're wrecking Hunter Ellis around Glenn Bundren. Hunter Ellis is about to take a hit to this inside wall. He collects Sam Brochu. I believe Glenn Bundren also spinning in the middle of the pack. Yes, he was. Collects multiple other cars. Looks like maybe Blaze McKinney there as well. As Sam Brochu, who's been running up front all day, collected in a late race crash. This looks like John Lynch also involved. as Hunter Ellis was the first one to go around there. We'll go back and take a look at a replay. There we go. Keenan Kimber to push. And I'm not so sure what happened there, but it looks like he got stuck 3 wide. Down into Brochu. Around he went. The camera unfortunately changed angles there at the end. So we'll try to look from... We'll go spotter. So it looks like he gets kind of sucked to the middle where Blaze McKinney was, and then just unfortunately gets turned by McKinney. Down into Brochu. There's Glenn. Contact with his teammate. And then back up into Derek. Derek's going to hit the outside wall. Pretty hard there. Another car involved right there. Oh, Rodney Roberts, bit of a piece. I'm not so sure who that is turning the 37 around. As Aiden Lunn is going to hit the outside wall here late. Right on the O of Daytona. If I find Derek here. It looks like that was the 51 of Luke Mahone getting a piece of Glenn Bundren. As we'll be going into overtime. Oh, still in slow-mo, my bad. As some of these drivers pitting, mainly the drivers with damage. The other guy fixed the race cars. Don't know what happened to the 24, but his tire is not really connected to the race car. And I didn't see him involved in that wreck at all. So you see the right front, the whole toe link is broken. So we'll go back and try to see what happened to this 24 real quick. So here we go. And they're wrecking in front of him. And it looks like he might get into the back right there with Blaze McKinney. And that's what did it with his tire. And then he comes up and actually kills Aiden Lunn. So unfortunate for Micah there, who's just had a tough day. But he's going to stay out with that broken toe link. It's only 2 laps to go. As it's still Hayes Booth leading us, with now Jason Rejock in second. As no one else DNF'd from that wreck. Still about 27 cars in this field, 26 on the lead lap. Actually, we should be coming to the choose cone this time by for Hayes Booth, and we'll see what lane he takes. And he's going to stay... Nope, he's going to go high this time with Jason Rejock right behind him as well. So Barrett's going to be the first one to that inside lane. Has another late move to get up to that outside lane. But now he does not have a teammate lined up behind him. So we'll see if they can actually make it to the finish line here. Sorry, I can't get the TV. Oh, I can only get the TV 1 and 2 on this little camera change thing. So I just wanted to try a different TV for a little bit. So here we go. Hayes Booth going to lead us back to the green flag. Barrett Pulhemus to his inside lane, your pole sitter, as the pace car comes back down pit road, entering the go restart zone. Green flag in the air, 2 laps to go here at Daytona. A nice push by that 79 down low. And he gets out front to the lead. Up in front of his teammate there in the 5. Now it's Keenan Kimber on that inside lane. Help from Riley Marabello. Look at the 2 teammates back there. Blaze McKinney and Glenn Bundren sitting at 3 wide. Now there's a few cars in the middle. I got a good different camera angle for this. As they are leaving the 98. Big pushes Xander Zellert into the wall behind him. Don't know if that's going to bring out the caution, as it doesn't look like it's going to. Oh, now Luke Mahone hard into the wall. Collects the 82 and 90, it looks like. As a big hit by that 51 into the wall, and that's going to bring out another caution. So Luke Mahone, or Mahone, who led a few laps earlier, is going to DNF now, as we'll go back and see what happened. You see, they're all trying to get around Xander Short, who already hit the wall, and then Luke tries to fit in a gap. John Lynch closes, and hard as the wall they both go, and they collect the 82 there as well. Joseph Lewis, as he just spins around here. Look from a different camera angle. That was a pretty big hit by the 51 and the 90 into that outside wall. I see Luke just tries to go down low to fill in that gap, but John Lynch is there already and spins down, comes back up, and hard into that outside wall, and then nowhere for Joseph Lewis to go in that 82. So that's going to end the 90 and 51's day. Possibly even the 82. As they were going really, really crazy on that last restart. As they were already 3 wide by the time they got onto the backstretch. And if that caution didn't come out behind them, they might have wrecked coming to the white flag. So just Hayes Booth logging his rookie laps in this clash. As he has led a lot of them under these pace laps. As here we come to the choose cone, Hayes Booth is going to go outside. So does Rayjock, so does Roberts, so does the 07 of Schooler. And the first one down low, all the way from 5th, Barrett Pulhemus. And that's 79. Product of choose cone. And now you got 2 spinal cars on the inside and one of them on the outside. As Riley Marabello and Barrett Pulhemus lined up. Adam Alshire right behind them. So like I mentioned before, John Lynch and Luke Mahone will join the DNF board. Probably says they're still on pit road, but taking a look at their cars now, yeah, I don't think they're getting back out there. So here we go. Gonna be another wild restart here to end things. Like I said, we saw him 3 wide coming down this back straightaway on that restart. So we'll see how crazy they get this time, as it's just a clash. But these drivers are hungry for this win. As I wouldn't be surprised if the first 2 cars we see make a move to that middle lane is that 87 and the 37. That white and orange car back there. As we're about to come back green. And green flag back in the air. 2 laps to go. Barrett with a nice start down low. Jason Rajock nowhere to be seen. Terrible restart in that 71. And now Hayes Booth has no help. Rajock gets back to his back bumper. But now 3 cars in front. Allshire looking to that outside lane now. Now back low. That outside lane is about to have a huge push with the 5. As it's Barrett Pulhemus with Riley Marabello. As they're all pushing and shoving each other down this back straightaway. Rajock to the outside. Help from Wyatt Roberts. As 2 cars out front, all by themselves. That's Barrett Pulhemus with Riley Marabello as they're side by side behind him. Very swirly goes Schooler as they're coming to the white flag this time by. No more cautions. Oh, a big run and they're wrecking. Jason Rajock goes around with Allshire. Blaze McKinney also around, a huge wreck in the back. Glenn Bundren hard into the wall. He might be up and over. And now it's just a 3-car race to the end here. Riley Marabello, Wyatt Roberts, and Barrett Pulhemus. 2 teammates plus 1 rookie. All Camaros. Here comes Wyatt to the outside. Barrett's going to stay low with Riley Marabello. Wyatt's going to have to side draft this 92 hard here, and he's not going to. Now Barrett's going to set up a run. Remember, he took one from Riley at Bristol. Oh, almost got turned there. He took one from Riley at Bristol last season. Now with a huge run, he's looking to the outside lane. Wyatt's going to go low to the apron. That's illegal. And coming to the line, they're all going to wreck, but it's going to be Barrett Pulhemus getting the win here in the clash. So Wyatt obviously is going to probably get penalized for that move he made there on the final lap, as he was not forced. So you see Glenn Bundren. That's actually Xander Short going backwards to finish this thing, it looks like. So like we said, here they come. Big run, Barrett Pulhemus with Wyatt Roberts. And it's just a clash, but you still got to respect the rules. And yep, there he goes down low and makes the pass on the 92, plus wrecking him. So Barrett will get credited with the win. Wyatt will probably get credited with whoever's last on the lead lap. And now we'll go take a look at this last lap. Actually, no, we'll take a look at burnouts if the 90... If he is doing burnouts. I have a drone cam somewhere. There it is. As Barrett's going to burn it down here at Daytona. And I was just in replay mode that whole time. Here, I go back. We'll just watch from the beginning. So Barrett's going to burn it down here at Daytona. As we know, Barrett won the last 2 races of the season, I believe, or at least won 2 in a row at a. He won Bristol. I can't remember if he won Homestead or Darlington, or I don't know, but he won 2 in a row last season towards the end, and now he's looking to keep his momentum at winning this clash, and the first clash of this league. So congrats to Barrett Pulhemus for that, and he is celebrating. So we'll get into the interviews in just a second. Let's go back and see what happened with that last lap wreck. As we saw Glenn Bundren in one of those cars. And actually live look here real quick. Few teammates helping each other, trying to push each other across the line here, both with torn up race cars. We'll go back and see what happened, as I'm not sure who got spun first or what. But it was a massive wreck in the coming into turn number 1, as it looks like Ray Jock was the first one to go around the schooler around 2. There's Glenn, and Glenn takes a few big hits here, almost goes upside down, and multiple cars just piling in here at the end. No one knows how to brake apparently, and just too many cars to count here. So we'll go blimp cam here. Oh my gosh, someone just annihilated Glenn there. The 16 gets annihilated as well. So we'll go on board with the 37 now. So let's get into your interviews now. So we'll keep the leaderboard up, see where everybody finished. Of course, the 42 is probably going to drop to the rear there. No one's in the interview booth yet, but if you were wondering, let me go back here. The drone cam captured something. If I can find it here. Give it a second. So coming to the tri-oval, and look who made it. So Glenn Bundren was stuck on the apron in turn 2. I guess somehow Blaze McKinney could get his car rolling, and Glenn Bundren will finish the clash with a torn up race car, along with his teammate behind him. He would be scored with 21st. So we'll wait here, see if we have any interviews. As they might be discussing who's going to get third or second. Which if White goes to the rear, that'll pull Michael Kinner into the podium finishing position. So that's probably what they're discussing right now, which is going to take them a little bit probably. But I'll be waiting. Oops. Just open up the chat. All right, so it looks like the podium is going to be set. Looks like Wyatt's going to be able to keep his podium. It is an exhibition race, so it doesn't really matter. But we will pull Riley in here first once he gets into the thingy. And we will pull him in. So here we go.
I wasn't gonna.
Sorry, were you talking to them?
No, not at all. I was just humming to myself.
Oh, well, that's great. You want to go back in there?
Nope.
All right. Well, I'm not really sure what to say. I don't know what the yellow line ruling is here, but the 42 went below you to pass you there and then came back up and took you out. But you ended up third still. Even in these exhibition races, you seem to just can't win. But how do you feel about that?
At the end of the day, it's okay. I'm just here to have fun, so it is what it is. That's all I'm gonna say. Congrats to Barrett and Wyatt on 1 and 2. That's really good for them. I'll take blame for that last wreck there. Rajak was going like 10 mile an hour faster than I was, and I moved up, and the whole field died, I guess, because there was a chain effect in the back, or domino effect. People were telling me not to take blame for it, but I think I should, just for the sole fact that it killed everyone and ruined the finish. But, yeah, we'll win one of these eventually. Even if it's an exhibition race, doesn't matter. But I did say that all last season, too. We didn't win a single race last season. So, we got a shot this season, at least.
Yeah, a lot more races added onto the schedule, so we'll see. I feel like you can. I feel like you can get in there at least once. So
yeah, I hope so. As long as things go my way, and I don't bin it. Yep, should be able to park in victory lane at least one time.
All right. Well, congrats on your third place to start off this season, and I'll see you in the 250 next week.
Yeah, thank you. Before I go, I just want to say thank you to all my teammates: Sam Bershey, Bear Polimus, Jo, Hayes Booth, and guys, 219 race with Glenn Bundrian, Alex Schumacher, and Blaze McKinney. They did fantastic tonight.
All right. Thank you, Riley.
Yep. Thank you, Ryan.
All right, so we will pull Wyatt in here next. All right, Wyatt. So your first race in the league, and you get second place there after dodging the last lap wreck and just having a brawl with two other people. How do you feel about a second place to start things off in your first race?
I think second place is awesome. I wish I could have been 100th of a second quicker to the line, but yeah, I was able to avoid the wrecks. The high side was working really good.
So I'm not sure what happened to you earlier, but did say you were out of the race pretty early on. Was that lagging issue, or is that just my leaderboard glitching on me?
Maybe just the leaderboard because I didn't get any wrecks. I did fall back pretty far because I qualified towards the back, and then when the pack split up, I fell off a lot until the first caution brought everything back together. I think I was down to like 30 seconds. It was pretty bad.
All right. Well, congrats on your second place. Is there anybody you would like to thank before you head out here?
Um, Thanks to my dad who's watching this race, and thanks to you for broadcasting, and thanks to SRL for putting this league on.
All right. See you in the 250 next week.
Yep.
All right. So now we will bring in your winner, Barrett Polhemus. All right, Barrett. So late last season, you ended off with 2 wins in a row, and now this season you start off great by winning the Clash here at Daytona. How do you feel?
Man, I was super pumped, man. It's always a good feeling winning these plate races because it always goes down to the wire. And, you got so much adrenaline going through you. It's always an awesome feeling to get one of these locked up. I wish I didn't have to pass Riley to get it though. That's the only stinger about it. But other than that, I mean, it was a good race up until the first yellow, and then it kind of fell apart. But when we were racing, it seemed like it was pretty decent. So yeah, I mean, all in all, it's not bad for a Clash and first season, or not first season. First race back for the new season, especially having as many new people as we did. I think it was good. There's something to build off of there, and we can go to work on that throughout the season. But yeah, I mean, it's huge for me to get this first win of the season, even though it's not an official race, it's just an exhibition. But I mean, I feel like that'll give us some momentum going into next week. I don't necessarily enjoy these plate races, but I mean, as long as I can hang up front and stay out of trouble, then I'll usually be there at the end and put myself in a good spot like that.
Yeah, and if I remember correctly, you were one of the best drivers last season here at Daytona. Well, ran up front most of the race until we had a little bit of an issue there at the end. But you were definitely one of the faster cars, and right now it's really showing.
Yeah, it is. It's nice to have such great teammates helping me out too. I mean, we worked really well as a unit. At least when we were together, we got separated a few times, so that sucks. But I mean, we were coordinating the whole time. Um, so maybe there might be a few things we need to iron out there, but other than that, I mean, I thought we were pretty solid. Just getting all of us out there connected is going to be huge, and then obviously just timing where we make moves and where we don't. Um, but I mean, I feel like I'm pretty good there as far as plate racecraft, especially with the teammates. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to next week, and hopefully we can bring it home in victory lane again.
All right. Well, congrats on your Clash win. You are the first SRL Clash winner because we didn't have one last season. Uh,
Hey.
is there anyone you would like to thank before you head out here?
Yeah, just my team owner Jo, for putting together this awesome team, with Riley, Sam himself, and then Hayes, um, joining our team this season as well. Um, just all those guys. Uh, I really enjoy running with them. They're lots of fun to race with and talk with. So yeah. And then Jo made my paint scheme for tonight, and I thought it looked really good. So uh, special thanks to him for that. I don't know if his girlfriend is watching this week. If you are, Liv, shout out, hello. And then I don't know anyone else, but if you are, hello, hi, we did it. But yeah, that's about it. Looking forward to next week.
All right, well, congrats on the win, and I'll see you in the 250 next week.
All right, 10-4. Thank you.
All right, and that's going to do it for the first race here for season 2. Definitely a packed one. I think this was the most cars we ever had, so the 250 is going to be even crazier because everybody likes to race Daytona. So yeah, a great way to start off season 2. Especially when we were somewhat lacking numbers at the end of the season last season. But we have a lot new recruits and a lot new drivers, so we should be seeing hopefully maybe 20 cars each race. Maybe not at road courses, but yeah, hopefully we'll see majority of these races have 20 cars or more. So thank you all for coming out here and watching. Tune in next week for the 250. I will have intros and outros. Just got to work on them some more. And yeah, I will see you guys there.